Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my presentation about social division. Well, let's start by defining society itself. Society, defined by Cambridge Dictionary itself, is a group of people. Living together in a more or less organized community. And currently, those people inside these communities are getting more distant and far unfriendlier than it has been from the past.
People often feel like they have been offended when their opinions and their personal beliefs are challenged in a certain way that they don't like. And nowadays, with the popularization of the internet, this happens way more often. One form that this disagreement takes place is government and the people. And as you can see on this board right here, and this graph illustrates the distrust and the overall conflicts and political conflicts that happens inside EU. The reason? That is because the politicians inside these kept arguing over and over about which is right and which is wrong, leading to the overall distrust and conflicts that happen inside these countries. Moreover, social media also condones and endorses this behavior because, as you can see, Facebook and Twitter are among the social media platforms that has the most diverse political range. Therefore, it's way more often that ideas and opinions may clash with each other. And if you move your eyes towards this board over here, you can see that most of these discussions, mainly political discussions, are less respectful, likely to come with resolutions, civil, and are more angry, which basically means that these discussions don't just come out as normal discussions, but boil down into arguments with profanities being thrown around with no end in sight. Now, the root cause of this is quite shrouded in mystery, but I would like to pitch an idea, a phenomenon that is the root cause of all these conflicts, all these unnecessary conflicts, and I name it cognitive placebo. Cognitive placebo at its core is the act of our brain modifying information from the outside world in order to conform and convince ourselves that something is true, mainly our opinions. The editings can range from downplaying or even downright ignoring the information from the outside world. Now, when you're still doubtful, I have an event where it happened. My recent experience at the World Scholars Cup Global Round is very fun. However, in one particular challenge, which is debating, I saw my first example of cognitive placebo. I was debating against a team, and they kept arguing among themselves about which idea was right. Long story short, they lost. Why? Because the members in their experienced what I name is cognitive placebo. And because they were modifying or downright ignoring information from their own teammates, they kept arguing and bickering and not coming to a conclusion that leads to an actually productive argument to actually use to fight with the other teams inside the debating challenge. God, now what's next? Now, you're not powerless to not do anything inside this situation, because simply enough, you can counteract this cognitive placebo just by asking yourself one thing and one thing only. is it right? Because by sowing doubt into what you believe is true, it may unshroud the veil of what is true and what is a figment of your imagination. Well, the conclusions. Yes.
Yes.
In conclusion, everything around us, we may or may not ignore, edit, or do anything with the outside information. But however, one such action, which is downright ignoring or editing, can lead to major disasters, which would lead into conflicts and disagreements. However, just by asking yourself and questioning yourself what is right or wrong can actually help solve this problem quite easily. Thank you for listening.
Lloyd.